Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. Now I'm back in League of Legends, and as I said, you won't see any more ranked games from me for the rest of the season. Now in the next season I might take on ranked depending on whether or not they change up their formations and formulas and how they're dealing with ranked. But if I feel that the game is too cheaty, it's too much of a cheese for whoever wants to cheese, then I'm not really gonna go for it. It's not the way that I play, it's not the person that I am, so I'm sticking to what I do best. So I'm sticking with this format of play. I'm gonna have fun with this. I might even progress in the ranked as it is right now. Now after I'm done with playing with Master Yi for this ranked season, next season I might change my champion as well. I might play more meta sensitive. And when I play more meta sensitive, the way that the game will play for me is going to be a lot more different, because without the ability to use the close range combat, that quick combos, I don't know how my playstyle will change. So I'm waiting for the next season to see exactly where I go. Now besides this year, you will see that there's another game that's going to be filling in for League every alternate day. Now this game is only launching after this video, so I'm really sorry about not giving you all a bigger heads up. Now I'm just filling in one of the games I'm testing out. Now I test out the game for about 5 or 6 days. If I feel the game is worthy, I keep it on my device. If I feel the game is unworthy, I immediately delete it and I'll restart making an effort for another game. So you're going to get to see where I've been testing, what games I've been looking at. After this, there's like 3 other games that are on my list that I want to try out, and one is a very old game. It's called Clash of Clans. A lot of people have played it. There's also another one. I'm not exactly sure, but it's all empire building games. I might even play Vikings. I might play a few of those games just for the sake of it. Now since this is more casual and more friendly, I expect it to be less bickering and more fussing. There won't be so much of fussing about winning. You can troll in a PvP game without much of a problem. It only affects minor things when it comes to how you're playing. As you can see, I'm enjoying myself in this. This is just a regular PvP game. Here I don't mind the nerfs and buffs to balance out the game, but in ranked I did really mind it because it affected the way you played every single time. Now I actually need this in order to be able to engage them properly. And here we go. I made a mess up. I forgot to go back to base and pull in some power. Yeah, so after this I will have to. Okay, now let me go and level up a little bit. Now this was a very foolish team. Now the reason for it is quite simple. You see, when you push onto a lane and they hold you on a turret, you give up the fight and you split up. It forces them to lose that team advantage they're pushing. Now if you look at me, I'm not going to get the team advantage because they're already pushing down the lane. Yeah, now this is their fault. You see, they opened one of the I am the only person from my team to actually take down a turret, which just tells you how badly this game has been going. Now what they are doing, which is wrong from my team's perspective, is there's it. They're going straight for mid. Now mid is the regular play that most people do, because mid is where everybody focuses on getting some firepower. Now watch this. They're not focusing on the dead lane right now because there's nobody on it. She's off her lane as well. She's taking the buff instead of fighting the enemy. Now as you can see, I'm trying to push up on the side here. Now they have every advantage. We don't have any of them down. We can't slow down their progression. They lost their advantage by being able to hold turrets, and my team is falling for the same trick again at this late stage of the game. Now, this is a show of the current game strategies. Most people will just huddle on one lane and try and use that force method. Now, the force method does work, but you require to know when to stop trying the force method. If you're going with a full team and you're pushing on the mid lane, you are going to force the team to defend. If the team defends heavy on one lane, you'll split one person off and push them down another lane. This will gain you some headway. If you can gain 2 or 3 turrets down a lane and you force them to break up how many are sitting on the mid, and it's 4 of you versus 3 of them, there is a chance you can sacrifice one to kill all 3. Now, that is something that I tried in this game as well. I tried to sacrifice myself so that the team could get kills. They didn't jump in. They stayed away from the turret. Now, they were being smart about not taking the risk. Now, at this point, if they had taken out the entire team, broken 2 turrets, they wouldn't be able to play their formation down the front. However, on the side of the team that I was in, they went straight for it. They kept up their defense against it by playing a heavy offense, and they kept losing ground everywhere else because they started to break off when they realized we were losing 2, we were losing 3. That's because over time you will lose to the center lane. You have to fall back, regroup, come back, fall back, regroup. You would notice that I've done that many times in play. So I hope that you all do enjoy, and this is just a little sneak peek of how I'm improving my skills. I may not have gotten SVP because this guy had gotten a lot of assists and his KDA was a lot lower. However, he played the most inconsistent game by sitting on that mid lane against the strong opponents. She was fed very high by Fiora. Now, the reason for that is Ashe was fed very heavily because she couldn't get with range. Now, the whole thing was, if we had swapped around our lanes and associated differently, we could have taken them. However, we had too many melee combat assistant requirements, and we only had 2 who really could take on the long distance opponents. We had the support who was there for one of the long distance opponents, and Fiora should have taken the center lane where she would have been matched with another long range opponent who is a lot slower on the kill. As you saw, I did take a lot of kills from my team. I am the person who did the most amount of solo killing with 10 total without assisting anybody else. Now, that wasn't an intentional no assist, that was just an accidental no assist. I took crowd control because I was getting stunned by Lux. Now, that is the whole reason for these choices. I hope that in the next game, when I do play again, you'll get to see a different formation, a different strategy, and hopefully it is a win. So see you next time.